Welcome back to the Movie Pope podcast, and today we are going to be taking a look at a trailer we were kind of surprised to see, How to
Mm.
Train Your Dragon, but not just any How to Train Your Dragon, it's live action. As with all Disney property films, they have to, once they do an animated one, they have to do a live action one because, I don't know. Now, Lee, this first came to our attention when we were at our friend's house watching the Super Bowl recently. How surprised were you to see that trailer? Because I thought it was just fan art or at the very beginning.
I didn't know what to expect, honestly, when I saw it. I was just like, okay, cool. Like, what are we doing now? And then I saw, like, Toothless and everything there, and I'm like, is this going to be a live action one? Like, didn't they just, like, do these? And, like, I had to look back. Now, granted, it's been 15 years since the first one came out, so I guess, like, maybe, like, Disney's just going to sit there and we're just gonna start like eating our tails now, right? Like we're gonna slowly see less and less of a gap of time between when we have these animated films come out for when the live action creations are gonna come out. So I don't know. Like it just, I mean, I don't know. Let's just watch the trailer because I don't know what I watched. I was kind of out of it during the game, so but let's see what we got here.
I mean, you may or may not have been inebriated, so.
I wish I was inebriated for watching the trailer.
We're all descendants of the finest dragon fighters from everywhere the Vikings ever traveled.
Best thing about this so far, at least Gerard Butler's back in it, hopefully.
A threat to all of our lands.
Is that supposed to be Astrid?
I have to kill you. I will because I'm a Viking. Hear that? I'm a Viking!
I feel like Toothless looks about the same. Like, it's not even that much of an upgrade. I mean, it looks good, don't get me wrong, but I mean...
Well, they can't deviate too much.
Yeah. I mean, like, it's just, you're just doing like a shot for shot, right? That was picked up,
Maybe they're not as bad as we think they are.
In case you forgot, our parents' war is about to become
Hi.
ours. Figure out which side you're on.
Look, I don't like to make fun of, like, younger actors and stuff. I mean, it's not her fault, but, like, look at the hair.
They've killed hundreds of us!
And we've killed thousands of them!
No one's gonna take this seriously.
Toothless, no!
Movie
She's
about
a friend.
dragons must be emotionally invested.
You all need to see this. I'm not one of them.
Wow, you've lost everything. Your father, your tribe, your best friend. What are you gonna do about it?
Probably something stupid.
Well, you've already done that.
It's something crazy. What's up to us?
Us?
Stick with me.
Alright, bud, you ready?
You know, it's funny, like, I just remember Hiccup and Astrid. Like, I know there's all these other characters are all fantasy films, I can never remember.
Come on! Here it comes!
Yeah.
The terrible terror!
It's like the size of my...
I don't know, but that guy is exactly how I envisioned a live action version of whatever that guy's name was in the first three that I don't care about to remember their name.
Yeah, because I mean, because they do tend to drag it out quite a lot. I mean, it's not enough to do just the one movie. They have to make it into a franchise, and now they've given us a live action version.
Yeah, it's just for what purpose? What, like, I feel like we could just regurgitate the same response we have for like The Lion King or any of these other like shot for shot live action stuff, and I'm like, for what purpose, right? It doesn't do anything. It's not furthering the story. Now, I mean, granted, we don't know what the story of this one's going to be. Obviously, you could see very clear, almost shot for shot, kind of changes from the first, from the original. And I can't believe I'm going to say something in 2010 for the original version of it, but we have to say that now. So the original animated one that came out 15 years ago, we're seeing some of those shot for shot in this one. Now, will they have the same story? I don't know, probably, because the writing team's probably like, let's just copy and paste stuff from the first one and put it in here so we don't ruffle too many feathers. And it's just going to be another shameless cash grab. Like, we just got done talking about Jurassic Park or Jurassic World or whatever we're calling it now. Now we're just going to sit there and we're just going to regurgitate the same old thing that we already did just not even that long ago, right? 15 years. And we're already like drained for ideas. That's like, well, we need to hit this well again because people actually like the first one. So now we just need to go out there, make a live action, and we'll just try to rake in the money. It's pathetic. And I just wish audiences just don't go see it. Like,
so vote with their feet and their pocketbooks, basically.
Don't go see it, please. Like, I'm begging you. I will get on my knees and beg you. Just don't go see it because every time people go out there and watch this shit, it just gives all these like movie companies the green light to be like, okay, let's just redo this shit again, right? Because it doesn't do anything. Like, what is having it be live action doesn't make it any better or worse than the original one. I would argue no matter what it does, it's just going to feel worse because all it is just a rehash of what we saw, right? Like, who watched the new Lion King and was like, hey, yeah, this live action one, this one was better than the first one, right? Nobody said that, right? Nobody did, right? So we're just going to see this.
Nobody that you know.
What?
Well, nobody that you know.
Yeah, that's a good point, right? No one that I know is going to say that, right? And I'm pretty sure most of the population agrees with that. Or are you going to tell me you feel like most people think that the live-action Lion King was better than the original one?
I mean, there's probably some people out there who walked away thinking, "Wow, this really changed my life," without ever having seen the 1995 classic.
Oh, sure, yeah. And like I said, if you're new, and that was, obviously, I'm talking more about people probably in our age demographic, right? People that saw the original one, because certainly like kids, but I would argue that a lot of the animated films, like, they're timeless, right? There's something that could be watched no matter what, right? Like, we saw stuff like that, and I'm sure, parents in this age group are like, sitting there being like, hey, let's watch all these, old Disney films and everything like that. But yeah, I don't see the purpose of this, and it feels like the same old song and dance of like, hey, we don't have any interesting ideas. Let's just go ahead and just retell a story of something that had marginal success.
What they should do is just destroy all of the older films, so all that's left are the new films, and then that way.
Great strategy.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of like the book burnings that the Nazis did back in the 30s. So you have no access to the original. All you have is this.
I'm glad Nazis got into the How to Train Your Dragon discussions.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, really, like, how stupid are they to think, hey, we obviously have no way of accessing, the older original films, so let's just go ahead and make this new one because people obviously have never seen How to Train Your Dragon before. But
yeah, that was a whole 15 years ago, right? Like,
well, 15 years ago, functions very differently in the film world than it does in our world, basically.
That's true, because that means that's enough time to bring something up. But hey, it was only like 3 years from the last Jurassic Park, and they wanted to, pull that. They just wanted to spit another one out for us. So, this one feels like it's overdue.
If you think about it, like, from a studio exec's point of view, Jurassic World Dominion was made just yesterday, really. 3 years probably, it was like a week ago for them or something. I don't know. But let us know down in the comments below what you think. I even shudder to think about this. Are you excited to see How to Train Your Dragon when it comes out in June, or are you just going to sit there and just cross your arms like Lee and basically say, "You damn kids, you don't know what a good movie is anymore"? But for the Movie Pope podcast, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one.